What's up, YouTube Gen X? Okay, in order to be that sort of complete man, in my opinion, um, you need three areas. A, your money has to be together, right? Whether that means you're a millionaire or you're doing well, I'm not getting into the details, but you have to have your money together. You have to be able to provide a certain lifestyle. As for me as a man, I feel like you should be in a position where you can at least provide for your family that sort of middle class lifestyle where you're safe and secure. Your kids have access to good schools. You're living in a good environment. You're saving for a rainy day. Yeah, you may not have all sorts of disposable income, and you may not be able to completely send your kids off to college and they don't have to worry about paying for it. Maybe you can pay for half of it or whatnot. Oh, I can pay for, your living expenses. I can pay for your car and your food, but your tuition, you have to do that through scholarships and loans, right? That sort of lifestyle. I feel like as a man, you should at least try to get there. Get there. And that depends, and in terms of the dollar amount, well, that depends on where you live. Like, for example, if you're in Southern California, if that's where you want to get, you're going to need to be somewhere around over 70K. And that's barely getting by. And that's assuming that your wife is bringing in some sort of money, right? So your combined income should be just about or over 100K. Now, I'm sure if you go to somewhere like North Dakota, you may not have to have all that. Maybe you can do all that on 40K. I don't know, right? But that lifestyle is where you should get. So for me, that covers the whole financial side. Now, when it comes to good character, yeah, you need that. You need to have that sort of integrity. You need to be better than the conditions around you. Yeah, and I understand the appeal in terms of a woman feeling secure in the sense that, you're going to do the right thing regardless of how cute she is. Or you're going to be where you say you are, and you're going to be committed to the family even when times are rough. I get all that. That's what the good character guys assume that we're not factoring in. I understand it. We get mad at y'all because you're acting like it's an either or. See, you guys negate the financial side to it in terms of what that brings to the table. In terms of that level of security, the fact that she knows that, hey, she can go off, have a kid, and maybe opt to stay with that baby for the first 2 years or not, and life doesn't skip a beat. That's what my mom did. She was able to have us for the most part and take some time off of work. About a year or two for each of us, to the point where we were old enough where we were going off to preschool, or we found a really good babysitter nanny. But for the first 2.5 years, she was there, and life didn't skip a beat because my father was able to hold it down. Right? Y'all don't factor in that level of security. I mean, just imagine if you have a child, and that child has some health problems, or God forbid, where your wife has to take some time off to watch the child because you can't afford to have a caregiver. It'll be more money to have the caregiver, so you're actually saving money by her not working and staying with the child. What are you going to do then? How is good character going to pay for the mortgage? How is good character going to pay for the hospital bill? How is good character going to pay for the special nutrition that child may need? See, you guys don't factor that in. But we understand what good character means. We do. But then there's a third component that the good character guys miss out. Maybe even some of the financial guys miss out. I'm a believer in both, so I don't want to say that I'm part of one group. I'm more so you need both. Right? It's not an either or argument at all. You have to have the ability to call out the bullshit. Oftentimes, this is where the women have that sort of love-hate relationship. They hate the fact that a guy can call them out, but they love it because it adds to the sort of, he can check me. He knows me. Oh, girl, I have to be on my game. He's challenging me because if I fuck up, he will call me out. Like, that's the component that you guys don't factor in. So not only do you have to be in a position where you can check the bullshit, but you have to be in a position where you can provide some sort of consequence for acting out of pocket. And how are you going to do that if you're simply a good character guy? I've seen women who, quote unquote, God with a good character guy, he can support himself financially, openly do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. You know, I saw some chicks that was on some like, hey, you know, I'm trying to fuck with you. I'm like, you got a man. Oh, it doesn't really matter. He's not about shit. I'm running the relationship here. And the fucked up part, a lot of these dudes know. Some of these niggas know, you know, that they can't do shit. That's why, you know, I'm very, I have no tolerance for women who have men, because sometimes they'll deal with crazy men who know that she's all I have. You know, they'll end up going crazy, killing themselves and killing her in the process and killing whoever. But there's women out there that will say, yeah, I'm on some bullshit, and my boyfriend knows I'm on bullshit, but he's nothing but a good character guy. That's all he is. Right? He has no money. He doesn't have those financial resources. So what can he do? I take care of him. You know, she doesn't even try to keep it a secret. Nigga, I'm going out. I come back when I come back. Hey, honey, I found this number in your pocket. Okay. No, she won't flat out tell him that she's fucking other guys or whatnot, but he knows. And it's kind of like she's not even trying to keep it a secret. She's on the phone, you know, smoking a joint on the balcony or something like, yeah. Who you talk to? I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to a friend. Nigga, go sit down. Or nigga, go get a job. Yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow, blah, 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 blah. You get all that shit. That's what happens when you're a good character guy, right? And you're trying to call out the bullshit, but you can't because you have no sort of way to provide some sort of consequence. That's where the whole being financially stable comes into play, because you can say, sweetie, if you're not acting right, I'm going to move on. And my shit is together. So I don't even give a fuck if your shit's together. Let's see who has more options. Let's see what, let's compare the options of a 30-year-old man, let's say making $80K, and a 32-year-old woman making $120K. Who has more options? Even though the woman is making more. The man still has more options. Because there's more women looking for a dude making 80K than there are men looking for a chick making 120K. 20K, excuse me. Because the men that she's looking for are going to be making good money to the point where her money doesn't even matter anymore. What does your 120K mean to me and I'm making, you know, 150K? Nothing. And you don't have the age to back it. So when you have that financial stability, you can come through, call out the bad behavior, and if she wants to act out of pocket, you can check that behavior. See, that's when you're at a level where you're complete. That's when you're at a level where you are going to get the respect that you deserve, to the point where you may be even being overpraised. Now, I'm not an advocate for that. Like I said before, I don't want to be lowballed, but at the same time, I'm not asking you to overpay. Pay me what I'm worth. But if I have to go with being lowballed or being overpraised, obviously I'm going to go with being overpraised. So as a man, if you put yourself in that position and you understand why you need to have financial stability, why you need to have good character, and the ability to call out bad behavior, you know, call out a woman on BS, you're in a good position. Like I said before, you'll have women that will be scared and they'll run away because they have nothing on you. Nothing on you. But then the women that are like, fuck, I'm going to do whatever he wants me to do. And at that point, that's when good character comes into play, because you could be on some like, damn, it's like that. I've been there. You know, and I've seen other men that were there as well, where you know you have a chick and she has no options. She doesn't have money over your head. She doesn't have good character over your head. She doesn't have that nice guy over your head because you can call out bullshit behavior. And you get a chick at that point, they're going to fold, or when I tell y'all, she will do whatever to the point where your good character really comes into play, because you can, you know, have your imagination run fucking wild. Talk about jump. How high do you want me to jump? All your sick fantasies, all your inner demons, all of a sudden they start to come out to play because you know you got this chick. You know she's on your shit tough. And that's where you need to be. You know, like I said before, you get your shit together financially. And there's a point where her money doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, think about that part. You're a man, let's say you're making 100K, right? And she's making the same amount of money. Who has more options? At this point, it doesn't matter how high she goes. There comes a point in time where a woman and her money puts her in trouble. When she's looking for something serious, when she's looking for a good quality man, her money puts her in trouble. When she's dealing with another man, that's okay. Because he's going to be smart. He's going to get it. Like I said before, it doesn't matter. If I'm making 100K and she's making 200K, I'm not tripping. If she wants to leave, she wants to leave. Who has more options? But I got myself together financially. So I've taken what she wanted to use as leverage against me, and I've used it as leverage against her because my shit is together. It goes both ways. Obviously, if you're making 100K and you're dealing with a woman that's making less, it's pretty clear, right, how that gives you the power in terms of, hey, you know, our lifestyle is based off of what I'm doing, right? You know, what you're bringing to the pot is cool, but quite frankly, you know, we can take away what you're bringing to the table, and we're still going to be okay. See, we see that comparison, but even when she's making more money, you still have leverage because you got your shit together. But you guys aren't seeing that. You know, and once again, we know what good character means. We know how that plays its part and how that is something that women are looking for. We know the pros of that. But at the same time, you can't throw out the fact that you still have to check a woman if she's on bullshit, and you still have to have the resources to instill a level of consequence or even punishment, however you want to call it, for bad behavior. But good character alone isn't going to let you do that. Even if you can call it the behavior. What is she going to tell you? Nigga, what are you going to do about it? Yeah, I'm sleeping with him, or yeah, I'm going out and dating other men. What are you going to do? Literally, what can you do at that point? So at the end of the day, you know, I'm trying to be fair here, and I'm not trying to be ignorant at all. Because like I said, it's not either or for me. You need both of them. And oftentimes you guys aren't understanding what being financially stable does in terms of the respect that you're going to have for yourself and the respect that she's going to have for you. Because you will be tried. It's nature. Women will try you. And they tend to respect the men that they know that's not going to fly. Whether I'm with him or not, they're going to respect the hell out of you because they know that that's not going to fly with you. Once again, it's that love-hate relationship where they hate the fact that you can call them out and you can hold them accountable, but they love it because they feel a sense of security, knowing that he's good financially, he's good character-wise, but then he's good in terms of not being a simp, not being an idiot, not being a guy that can be walked over. They're going to love it. So at the end of the day, dudes just have to wake up. I'm at the point where I think that there's a lot of older men that are just gone. But if you're a young guy, I know you guys are out there. If you're a young guy listening, understand this. It's not rocket science. It's pretty simple. Yeah, walk with integrity. Have good character, but get your shit together. Because it benefits you and it benefits her. It's a win-win for everybody that's involved. This isn't a conversation on how you can play women or how you can get your way and manipulate women. I'm not saying that at all. This isn't about how to be a player. This is about how to have a happy, functional relationship where you, as a man, you feel like you're getting the respect that you deserve and the woman is getting that level of security that she needs. The part where brothers get confused is that the women are not telling you what they truly want at the end of the day because it puts them in a position where they don't have power. But that's what they still like. I guess that's the oxymoron or conundrum that you get with women. That's why men say, oh, women are so difficult to understand. No, not so much. All they're doing is telling you what they, well, okay, let me say it like this. All they're doing is telling you what they want to cover up for what they really want. Instead of coming out and saying this is what we want out of men, which is way easier, obviously women aren't going to do that. Right? So they'll tell you what they want, but realistically, that's not what they want at all. Because they know that what they really want, what they really desire, what they want to love, what they want to come home to every day, what they want to have for the rest of their lives is a type of man where, quite frankly, they're not going to have that sort of power over him. They're not going to have leverage. So that literally they're going to have to step their game up. They're going to have to be on point 24/7. To me, it's simple. And the whole good character money thing, that's a ploy that's been executed perfectly that has hurt women, but it's hurt men. Because at the end of the day, the men aren't putting themselves in a position to where they can go off and respect themselves and build, and the women aren't getting what they truly want. So it's a lose-lose for everybody. But from our standpoint and what we're trying to say and what we're trying to push, it's a win-win for everybody. Everybody wins. Everybody comes up. That's my video. Y'all take it easy. God bless.